Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more roster reviews. Today we have three free reviews that have been waiting in line. Starting with Padmesdeath is the name, and they're in the guild Crazy Germans. So, interesting on both fronts. 364 million, pretty small guild, pretty open guild. They said they started in 2021 and then paused until the beginning of 2025, which is a disaster move for your fleet arena shard. I'm shocked how many players do that, barely do anything, and then come back and force their old account with an old fleet shard. But I don't know. There's 7 million GP. They started at the beginning of 2025 playing again after quitting in 2021. Focused on growing in Grain Arena. And when I asked about spending habits, they said, I am a little pay to win, but not too much. It doesn't seem like it to me, but okay. I mean, we'll see what they might have. So they have a 6-star Executor. It's the best thing they have going for them on the fleet side. Do they have Punishing One? Yep, Punishing One, 7 stars. That's good. I don't know if there was like a bundle with it, 7 stars, but everything here's 5 except Slave 1. And then Galactic Republic. What do we have here? Do you get no? Just 5 dots. At least they have the Omegas applied. And they have mods. But you know, this is kind of like with Home One in the game. It's boosted up the way it is. It's probably like the 5th best fleet, Galactic Republic. It's just a nice beginner fleet. Sith, not really so much at all. And then Rebels. You can make a decent Home One fleet. I would push Leviathan when you can, if you want to climb out of your fleet purgatory. Let's look at the normal account. 7 million. We have 3 GLs, Leia Jabba, which is the same as what I have on my small account, and then Springer Kylo. Missing 1 Zeta, and it is the unique. Okay, so that's probably the best choice, in my opinion. I think a lot of people do. And they also, they have JML. He just doesn't have his all. So maybe a recent acquisition. Yep, basic Zeta missing. That's fair. It's a TL. Very nice. We got Gas at 6 stars. We have Stranger. Relic 5. We got a lot of low relics. Not any Relic 8s off the top of my head other than requirements. And then, you know, of course, 2 GLs, which is fine. Leia R10. I think is a good choice. That was my first R10. Didn't regret it. On both accounts, actually. But on my main account, I came into a lot more than my second account, which still only has the 1. Padawan Obi-Wan, Omicron, so that's great. Relic 7 for him, and Qui-Gon. Yeah, Trey, Relic 5. And farming Darth Vader Dual Zen, so I do like that. Let's compare it to other Era of Anniversary. Okay, yeah, leaving the Yoda Chewie 3 stars. I'm just trying to see what they're doing, if they're doing that with like all of them or targeting. Okay, 3-star Barris. Yeah, so Vader Dual Zen is definitely the one to target if you're gonna go for one. Asajj is pretty good, but I think you need a really strong setup first. Like Bovet saying, if Django for normal circumstances, right now with Django himself is great, but you know, that makes sense. And how'd they do on Cassian? Sarah, okay, 4 stars. I mean, yeah, you unlock him. Here units, let me peek that real quick. Just 3 stars. I think it's advisable, if for no other reason than to do well in Coliseum, to get a little bit of investment there, and then also you get some Kyber tokens each year, but it just depends what you have coming in. Especially, he doesn't have fleet going well, so that makes sense. Let's look at the bottom of the roster. I'm saying like Gungans, makes sense. It's fine. Numeran, Cal. So I don't know. I wasn't looking for Malicos when I looked at the Ufu faction. I'm not seeing anything that screams like, oh, what are you doing? So it's not too bad. Thrawn, so we don't have Balin. Let me go back to Ufu, which is such an important faction. Yeah, no Malicos, so maybe they're behind on the Proving Grounds, which would make sense. You got Shin at Relic 6, Merrick Relic 5. So maybe they're going for Balin. Let's see. Imperial Remnants. Okay, 777. Yeah, so I think they're probably going for Balin, which is the right call, I think. If they're not, do it. I mean, you got most of it there. You just need to like bump up Thrawn, a couple more relics on all these others. As far as other Galactic Legends, I mean, I think there's a great first four. Like Leia, Java, JML are pretty classic, 3 in a row. And Supreme I'm farming Supreme Kylo and Ahsoka, so I think these are good choices made. It's really just ships. Ships are really hampering over here. Do we have at least Mark 6? You at least farm, unlock Mark 6. That's going to help you beat Leviathans with your Executor. Maybe you climb up higher, and maybe you don't fall back so fast. But I'd lean all into that Executor, learn the counter. Probably have all 6-dot mods on Pietz, and give him his second Zeta. Just try to max out his speed. Because that's, I mean, you have Executor, so that's your path to climb up. It might not work well, but if you can get at least in a good range and then keep scrapping every day, you might be able to get up there. Otherwise, probably need to look for Leviathan as soon as you have an opening. I think this account is pretty good. Let me see. Mandos. Do we have those? They're pretty good choices. Yeah, Mandalorian. I think after Balin, you go Mandalorians. That might help you get in a better guild if you're so inclined to do so. Really high value farm. Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty good quality. I'm not going to tell you to farm another GL. I'd say just practice on your ships. Get Bo-Katan after Balin. Next GL. I mean, Ahsoka. There's an argument for that. There's also, you might want to just wait till pirates are accelerated and go for that. Or like as pirates become accelerated, just try to like use your tokens on them. Because Hondo is super valuable for mods. And speaking of, let's look at that. 565 is top speed. We got crit damage. A little bit of offense. It's okay. Not super crazy fast top speed. 560 for her is quite good, I'd say. We got focus on the health, and that's about all you really need. Java, I don't really even normally care about it. It's good speed, sure. Tiny bit of extra potency, but JML, yeah, over 100,000 at Relic 7 is kind of what I look for as a benchmark of your setup well. 161 speed is not bad. I would just, with any GO, just kind of push it. Try to push as much as you can. Try to get 5 rolls on everyone. 135 extra and 327 is the fastest non-GL. Good damage. I mean, for this account, I think it's still a good choice for top speed. And Stranger, definitely. So, I mean, the crit damage, I think you either want to lean all into health or go speed and health or go the damage route. So I would probably go health there, but I don't know. And Boosh, makes sense. She's just naturally fast 313, but that's not super fast mods. But that being said, working with what you have, and this is good for an offense set, 128 extra speed, 72,000 crit damage. That's some good offense. I think there's a good selections for like being fast. Like nothing here is bad at all. Like I think this is all top-notch choices. Padme, I mean, she's kind of naturally fast a little bit, and this is just like health. These are good modding choices. I think this is a solid execution of what an account has to work with. I do think the relic levels are pretty low. 130 speed for, lots of protection. So they know what they're doing. It's just execution. It's just ships and like need some more relic levels across the board. Like it is very low. Like Delta is going to be a killer, especially Java. I mean, Java, any GL, I think needs to go like at least relic 7, even when they don't make a huge difference. Like Java, he could kind of die from AoEs, I think, at relic 5. Like once you start facing relic 9 enemies, or even relic 10. Like a Supreme or Kylo swipe would just knock him out. Overall, I like what I see. I think it's like just a great use of what is in hand. That's a great start there, by the way. For Relic 7, it's definitely really good. I'm not caring as much about gas right now. Who else is interesting to look at? Padawan Obi-Wan. Maybe a little bit neglected. I mean, his so Omicron carries him in Conquest. Do we have Queen Amidala? Doesn't look like it. I mean, as soon as you get her, she's top priority to build up. But I guess Padawan Obi-Wan's Omicron just carries him in Conquest, so. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Gonna move on to the next one. Thanks so much for signing up and letting me take a look. Next account we have is a guildmate of mine, RayerKing. They're in Heirs of the Empire, 10.9 million GP. So yeah, they're a great guild. And they said when they signed up they were going for Leviathan. They clearly have Leviathan. It's clearly 7 stars. They have 7-star Executor, 5-star Profundity. Their ships are in great shape. They're doing well on Fleet. They're in Fleet Arena. And, you know, you pick up other ships here and there, but you, for the most part, have, like, the lion's share of what you're going to need in fleets, so that's great. Datacrons, whatever. You know, a few. I would recommend pushing a little bit further in Conquest for them. The 50 refreshes. Doing well in Aristef Coliseum, although everyone's relic or level 110 already. I don't know how you got. I think this is like significantly ahead of where like both of my accounts are on era levels. I would recommend against buying any extra era level currency to that degree, but I don't know. That's what happened there. GLs, we got 5. Sith Eternal, Rey, Springler, Kyler, Jabba, and JML. I obviously recommend Leia a lot. Although for an account this set up, Leia is not going to be the game changer she is for an account that doesn't like have any GLs. I'd say Hondo is definitely someone to keep an eye on, because we're starting to get a trickle of pirates getting accelerated. I think I saw someone was accelerated. Maybe it was Captain Athano. But yeah, that's going to be probably the best investment advancement to your account since you have 5 already. And personally, I'm going for Ahsoka. That's just kind of how it lined up with my account. I'm gonna wait a little bit on, and I'm going for Ahsoka and Springler Kylo, and considering JMK honestly, but I don't know if that's really on the table. Let's see. Watt, 7-star Watt. Okay, that just depends. Ufu faction. We have Maz down here. Some of the pirates. Oh, Shin and Marok. Or Merrick. I don't know. Definitely recommend Balin. And Great Mothers. Do we have Great Mothers? So we have Great Mothers. So that's actually kind of a lot of the way to Balin. Just these two. Pridia. And I'm assuming him. Yeah, so I mean, Balin's kind of like low-hanging fruit. I definitely recommend that before going for another GL. And since you have all your ships taken care of, there's no other ship farm to do. Just kind of looking at Journey Guides and Galactic Legends. We already have Bo. I think, Balin's an obvious next choice. Satiel's in hand. Bane's in hand. Looks great. You got Ben Solo for Rey. R9 Qui-Gon Obi-Wan. That's awesome. We got Queen Amidala with all the Omicrons. I mean, this is a great roster. I'm glad we have such high quality members in Heirs of the Empire. Yeah, what is really big that's missing? We got the meme Relic 9s. Mace, I think, is a little low relic. It just depends if you have use for him or not. He's not a must-have, I guess. Vader Dual Zen getting farmed. That's nice. Yeah, 5-star Cassian. I'm interested to look at the mods. I think the choices are good. With like who is developed. For sure. Captain Rex is a little low. I mean, Leia is someone you want to farm. I think it's either Leia or Hondo. Like Hondo if you really want to push it with the mods, but if you just want high quality, definitely go with Leia. she just comes out of the box so good. You have a whole team ready. R2, Drogon as the core 3, and then you can add 2. Rex is pretty easy shoe-in. Since Phoenix aren't really as useful all the time. Although right now they're pretty useful against Partagaz in 5v5, but otherwise Rex is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great account. Anything else? 5-0 first? I'm not gonna chirp you for not having 5-0 first built up. Yeah, so Balin's the easy next call. Then it's the decision whether you go for Pirates and Hondo or some more Rebels and Leia. That's how I see it. But looks great. I mean, give me a few boring accounts because I think they're great. Not boring, but they're just, there's nothing for me to rip into. And I don't think the third will have anything like that either. So Springler Kylo, fastest on GL, 182 speed, crit damage triangle, which is great. Got some offense in there, so that's nice. JML is Relic 9. Yeah, that protection's a little bit lower than I expect. The speed is great. So let's take a look under the hood. So there's no extra flat protection there. That's kind of a lost opportunity. Missed opportunity. Got some flat protection there, which is nice. Don't have any flat protection there, so that's a missed opportunity. This one has flat protection secondary, but when you don't have a protection primary, you want percentage secondary, so I'd just go for that. And the same thing with this thing here. You could have this is great speed, but you don't have any extra protection percentage secondaries. And this one, I'd go with this. I go with the speed arrow myself, but I also have a large amount of protection rolls. I'd maybe roll this up. Maybe favorite JML toy with his mods. Just try to go for the more extra protection to maximize his output, especially with Jedi training Leia coming up. He's going to be more front and center. 200,000 health at Relic 7. That's really good. I think it's just a good target in general. 564 speed is pretty fast when a lot of people ignore speed on her. Offense is a little low. So, oh, and it's the speed set. So I would not recommend a speed set on Rey. It's not extremely material that she takes turns quickly. It's really important that she has both high health and high offense, or a little bit more focused on either one. I focus a little bit more on health. I do have Relic 10 though, which has got like 280,000 health. You want some good speed, but not at the expense of getting 2 extra health sets or an offense set. This offense is quite low, so the ultimate's not really a threat. So you're basically kind of relying on whirlwinds, which on defense, I mean, it's okay. But without extra bulk or a threat of the ult, I don't know. I think health is a lot more important nowadays than offense, especially because you're not really killing a lot of teams that if you put them on defense, they're able to take the ult, right? So like if you have the full team, they're more worried about the whirlwind and just the bulkiness that they provide. Like if you have a really thick Rey, it's hard to deal with. So that's just my thought on it. Java, he's got good speed. That's fine. He's one I really just never care too much. So the Emperor. So the health is getting pretty good. I think kind of the opposite of Rey. You really want the turns. Like you really can get screwed if you're not taking turns. Like once that ult comes around, it's annoying with him. He's basically an offense-only GL. It's annoying with him once you get to the ultimate. There's a lot of matches that come down to like he's very close to just not getting it off at all. And if he's just slow to getting around to his second turn, because he has the pop, him and JML have like the worst ult because you pop it and then you have to wait, or it doesn't really do anything immediately. Sprinkler, Kylo, and Rey, they have basically invincibility, which is phenomenal. JMK and Lord Vader. Lord Vader takes a bonus turn, then hits you right away. JMK, everyone is healed up, cleansed, protected, like everything. Like Sith Eternal. I mean, Leia's is fantastic. Jabba's an instant kill. Yeah, Sith Eternal and JML, they just lackluster. Sith Eternal, you need a lot more speed. All that to say, more speed on him, in my opinion. We got another Mara J fastest, which with Darth Vader dual end is pretty good. 160 is not bad. I mean, kind of with her, the main focus is just speed. Potency is kind of nice. Survivability is kind of nice. Cat, so I kind of walked this back a little bit. Like, I love Cat, but really, if you don't have JMK, don't need her to be super fast. Unless you're getting crazy good use out of her with Padme or Dash or something, I don't know. It's going to be a specific purpose, but I think she can kind of donate her fast mods to someone else. Darkside Ray, I love to see her really fast, so that's great. Yeah, lots of speed. Do have the crit damage. I don't know if she really needs crit damage. It's kind of nice. I think you could either just go for more survivability or just offense. Because her big thing is taking turns. She's a utility character, and she does a lot of true damage. But overall, Supreme Rakala is the one doing the big hits. Stranger, speed and health looks like pretty good. Really fast. Excellent. No complaints. Darth Revan, pretty fast. That's good. You have 155. Lots of health. Got the crit damage triangle. I love it. That's perfect. Thank you for that. That's Sunjita approved. Queen Amidala, we got 81,000 health. I personally go more for a lot of protection on my main account. I don't know if I've done that on GoTank's account, and if I haven't, I might want to change it, just because you've got a lot more hit points for the Guardian. The base health here is 50,000. Base protection is closer to 60,000. Still in that 50,000 range, but you just get a lot. You have a lot more potential to get a high protection number, which turns into more whirlwinds eaten by that decoy. We've got Luthen, IG, and Grogu, Echo, Boosh. Yeah, all good characters that are fast. They're either like naturally fast or they're like intentionally focused up. So all this looks great. 300 speed on Starkiller with a offense that is quite awesome, especially with crit damage and substantial offense. I love it. That's great. Fantastic. I'm a big fan of the Obi-Wan Omicron. You know, I say it all the time. If you don't have any problems in Conquest, that's fair, but it's one of the biggest quality of life Omicrons. If you're not sure what to do, throw in Obi-Wan. If you're not sure what'll win, throw in Obi-Wan. Not sure how to get all these buffs and debuffs, throw in Obi-Wan. As long as they're like generics. Okay, so that'll do it for this one. We're gonna, well, let me look at, there's this Satele here. She seems quite slow. She has a lot of protection. That's great. I don't know if you really want her that slow. I think her turns are very valuable. Bane, I think, is a little slow. Not too much. He doesn't have to be blazing fast, but he's a little slow. I love it. You know, a lot of health and then the crit damage. So I was about to say I was done, but then this caught my eye. This conquest here is really important. Okay, we got a couple more. We got to look at it. So, Bo-Katan Mandalore. I think you want a little bit more speed on her, but she's got some health and then a lot of offense. That's great. Malicos. You got some crit damage, some speed. So he's a little slowish, but he doesn't have to be blazing fast. He's good. Okay, well, good. That's good. On to the final review. Thank you for signing up and letting me take a look. And the last account we're reviewing is Trask Ulgo. They're actually a long-time patron of the channel, but they got in line just like everybody else. And they are also in my guild. I think when these Ross reviews were submitted, neither of them were. But since they have joined, so just kind of a coincidence, I'm getting to them back to back. Account started in July 2023 and playing daily since then. So just a few months before GoTank's account, they're 10.5 million. So it seems like it's just like a million more GP. Makes sense. Focused on Grand Arena mostly. It bought the Supreme Kylo, Rey, and Phoenix Lightspeed bundles when they first came out. Other than that, nothing. So that's pretty minimal as far as Lightspeed bundles goes. They are Erodium 3, so let's try and focus on getting you up to Kyber 4 or something like that. Or Kyber 4, I think would be a good target to start. 6-star Executor, 4-star Profundity. Leviathan is huge. So I don't know if we're working on Leviathan yet. Seems like it. If not, I would just encourage, if you are or if you're not, I can encourage you to see it through. It's going to be worthwhile, even with 4 or 5-star. If you can spare some crystals, like at the end of the era here, get 5-star Profundity. Getting a 5-star on a capital ship really just makes a difference. 5 and 6 star are pretty similar, but it doesn't take a ton to get to 5 star, and you're only losing 1 reinforcement's worth of banners. You get 3 reinforcements. It's just a lot better. Check on the Galactic Republic status. Yeah, it's kind of like 4th or 5th in the lineup. Well, if you don't have Leviathan, it's gonna be an important fleet. So we got the Zetas. Everything they're all Relic 4. I think they could probably do what you need to. That's what I have on Go Tank, so I don't think that's an issue. Relic 5 Anakin, kind of low-ish, but Relic 6 Plo Koon. So is that for going for Ahsoka? We'll see. I don't really know. Empire, let me check. Do we have Scythe? No Scythe yet. If you have the shards for it, I would consider trying to unlock it, because that is also another game-changing Empire ship. Without it, the Empire is just kind of like struggling to do anything worthwhile, but then you add Scythe in a mix, it elevates everyone a lot. It is crazy good. Yeah, Rebel ships, yeah, you can put it together a decent two-fleeter here. Yeah, Leviathan, work on those upgrades to the other stuff, and you should be gold. This is what I expect a little bit more on the air level currency, like getting close to finishing everyone off, but not yet. That means there's not too much excess invested. And before I look at that, let's look at Datacrons. Not many Datacrons, so this is probably the biggest difference maker that we can leverage to get higher in Grand Arena. That's just doing the 50s. On the GoTanks account, I don't do more than the 50s, but you got to visit that store frequently to get the Datacron store, to use your data cache or to use your charge up currency for data cache, and just do the 50s on the refreshes, and you're good to go. I mean, fleet, what's the fleet? Okay, 10. So they're probably climbing up, being able to climb up to 1 for top 5, so that is not out of reach. Galactic Legends. Classic, Leia, Jabba, JML, and then also Rey and Supreme Lord Kylo. So that's great. Those are great five GLs to have. After that, it just depends. I mean, if you're close to any of the others, the next couple, that's one thing. Hondo is starting to become farmable. Stuff is starting to get there. Do we have Watt anywhere? We do have Watt. So JMK, I think, is kind of on the table. We have Cat built. That's the biggest holdup I think people have for JMK, is like you need Watt for it, and that's hard to advise a new player to get. And then you also need Cat, a conquest unit, to unlock JMK's potential. I think JMK is a great choice to farm. I am really weighing that heavily on my GoTank account, except I don't have a 7-star Watt, 6-star. So I'm not too far away. It's not out of reach, but still difficult. An added difficulty to it. But I don't think you'd go wrong with JMK next. So the options are JMK, Sith Eternal, Ahsoka, Hondo, and Lord Vader. I think Lord Vader last. And there's Sith Eternal's easy, but there's no rush. Ufus, you have Balin, so that's great. Malicos, Starkiller, awesome. And Solo's up and running for Rey. So this is all pretty fantastic. Let's look at Sith. Yeah, we got Stranger, Relic 7. So I guess, do we not have Spy Lake Small? Yeah, unfortunately the same issue I had. Not going for it. Well, you got 4 stars on these. Am I blind? Am I missing something? No Spy Lake Small. But that is unfortunate. Oh no, they're farmable. What am I thinking? Like, I was like, wait, how do you have them at 4-star? They're farmable. Yeah, I'm missing Spider Lake Small sucked, but you can make up for it. It's not like the biggest loss in the world. Yeah, JMK. I mean, there's some dead weight in the farm, but overall, I think it's not too bad. Especially with Lightspeed tokens out there. There's no like there's not a ton of high relics. I think there's some, but there's not a ton. And you should have the team ripe and ready to go. I keep looking at let's move on. Galactic Republic. Yeah. I mean, I'd consider JMK. pirates. For pirates, you don't have Maz, which is another holdup. I personally, a reservation I have myself to pursuing that farm, because it's like if you have Maz, you can kind of just like put together a good Maz team as you're farming. You don't have to wait for Hondo to be complete to leverage the value out of that farm, that huge grind. If you don't have Maz, you just don't have anything in the midway point. So yeah, I think it's just kind of maybe 2 GLs from now you go for that. Like I said, definitely you want to go for Leviathan. I think you're probably doing that. I don't know. I don't touch base with every person I review before to make sure stuff is up to date, because the part of the review is just getting the cold read on the account as well. We got Bo-Katan. What are we missing? Gungans, Pirates, new Bad Batch. All this are getting moody. Classic passes, like classic teams that like are not the top of the priority list. Therefore, you don't go for them. So I'm not really this is the third account in this video I have no huge disappointments with. So bravo. I mean, bravo, all 3 of you guys. 2 of them in my guild, so that's fantastic. Yeah, I guess we look at mods now and see how we're doing there. So I'm surprised this account is in Erodium 3, but I think the biggest thing is the datacrons and the ships. Maybe playing more offense heavy would benefit. Although it's kind of a thin line between Erodium 3 and Kyber 4. Like you can fall, if you fall out of Kyber 4, you go into Erodium 2 for the next season. I don't know. Maybe they're bouncing back and forth. Spoon Like Hollow, 133,000 health. 181 speed is not bad. I like the crit damage in there, but health is good too. Defense, that one needs to be swapped out ASAP. Protection, I have a protection on my main account, and I just looked at it for my looking for noobs video, but it was just, I don't know. I need to fix that myself. So I make these mistakes too, or it's little oversights, but Spoon Like Hollow's base protection sucks. This is a Relic 8 JML. That protection's not bad. I think you could squeeze in more. Some decent speed. Kind of the same thing as the last account, like flat protection on the protection primary. So there's one there, but it didn't really pan out time. The great speed, that might be worth overlooking that. And no flat protection there. That is a great mod. Like, I assume it's probably been calibrated some. The only improvement would be rolling off of this tenacity onto speed. This is great too, like multiple chances to reroll. I'd reroll off the offense, even though offense is a fine stat. He's got some. You want to land his ability blocks, and then that's phenomenal. So that's like wouldn't change a thing. Like nitpicky, not worth your rerolls, but like you go from your crit chance to your potency or your health to your potency, and then you're great. So that's good modding. Health and speed on lay, of course, 177 speed is pretty good. Yeah, this is probably low 20s on some of these. Oh, this is the easy fix. I mean, this one, if you didn't notice that you had this mod on, you switch it out, because yeah, that's an easy room for improvement. And it's a health mod too, so it's not like you need to find a speed set mod. Ray, 205,000 health, 520 speed, and then over 10,000 offense. For Relic 7, that's pretty good all across the board. So, very nice. Jabba. Yeah, I mean, probably a little bit more priority, but I like the speed is the main thing on him. Like the health, he's kind of one-dimensional. I guess potency, I don't know. I'm not huge on caring so much about that. So this is really fast. Seems kind of split between health and protection, although this is offense. I don't know about offense on her. I actually do know. You don't really want it, because her droid, her summon, her decoy doesn't do anything. She's not relied on for the damage. I mean, maybe there's some 1000 IQ build where you just build her for damage, because this hits under protection. He ignores enemy protection. I don't know. Probably not. It's not. She doesn't have high damage multipliers, but I think bulk her up a bit. But she's fast, plain fast. CLS. Maybe this has a specific purpose. I don't know. I don't usually see speed sets with Oh, and CLS, he's kind of fallen off as well. So, I don't know. Like, that's... I say strip him for parts, kind of. Like, you give him some good stuff, like maybe an offense set with a little bit of speed, but you could take that speed for someone else. He doesn't need to be that fast. Yeah, protection, great speed. Like it. Good stuff. Cat is fast, but we don't have JMK. Wow. 0 extra stats on any of the... Well, these don't get them, but on any of these 3, it's kind of rare to see. Nothing important about it. Just like, it's noticeable. I notice is almost always health and protection and speed, but then, like, usually a little bit of protection or potency or tenacity in there. But she doesn't need potency, so that's a good thing to not have any of. Yeah, and the last Zeta, I mean, but I wouldn't push her unless you get JMK. Darkside Ray, I've said this recently. I think people... This is really good speed. So that's great. I think she's more about speed than damage. The fact that this is a really fast offense set, I think it's an opportunity for somebody else, potentially. It's got no crit damage, like maybe Bow or Starkiller. I don't know. But I think that's a really valuable set. I don't think she needs the offense set there. I think you'd be fine with the speed. Like maybe take CLS's speed. Darth Revan 136 and the health and the crit damage. That's good. Starkiller. I love looking at Starkiller mods because he needs so much. That's great speed, crit damage, health. Oh, knocking it out of the park. These people. This is so great. Really fast. It's great. Good health. Offense a little. I think you want more offense. Like health is kind of like the secondary focus. I think primary is offense. Secondary is kind of speed. Because she attacks out a turn a lot. In other people's turns, she's still doing damage. And she does leverage health well, but I think you need to prioritize that offense. Grey Mothers, clearly not the blazing fast build. I think if you're not going for that, yeah, you just go for some speed and survivability. Stranger offense. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really big on this camp. I think the main traditional damage is Starkiller. And Stranger's kind of like the utility player / maestro, where he's taking turns and doing a lot. But, I mean, offense is not bad for him either. I do lean towards prioritizing speed on him. Ezra, we don't need to worry about him until he has his precious specters that he's limited to, you know. Cal, I think this is what I do. Is good speed, a lot of speed actually, and then a lot of health. And I permanently have him modded like that because that's what's good for Zepho. And since you're in my guild, thank you for doing what you can towards that cause. We still don't really unlock Zepho in this guild, but I don't like pushing people like you have to do this. But thank you. Malgus. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, for Relic 7, not too bad. I've been going a while on this review. So I think we can wrap it up. To put it in a word, just bravo for these 3 players. I think they're doing quite well. Like all the choices, the farms, the modding, some of them had like need more relics on certain things, but I think everything is really well put together. So I really like what I've seen in this video. So thanks so much everyone for signing up. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Bye.